you're the problem, more specifically us as a whole. There's an invisible killer that is impacting our world and we're not doing much to resolve the issue. We could say that the killer is burning our world alive as we acknowledge it and contribute to it instead of helping it. We call this killer global warming. And if we continue global warming, it will not only affect us, but future generations as a whole. And ironically, we've put tons of research globally, but we still don't do enough to resolve the issue, even though we're acknowledged of it. So why is that? Well, let me tell you. And not only that, I will also tell you how we can help and contribute to reducing our footprint or carbon footprint in this point. So, what is global warming in total? Global warming is the rising temperature of the atmosphere due to gases such as carbon dioxide and methane gas. And the carbon dioxide happens through the burning of fossil fuels. So let's use an example. Let's say that your gases build up in the vehicle and they add heat. Well, you would notice some effects. Well, let's say that your windshield cracks, and that would be a side effect. And that side effect, as a global warming, would be called climate change. And the climate change is not only doing that, but it causes the side effects of other things. For example, it can cause, well, according to NASA, the increase of heat can cause the melting of glaciers, which can basically cause sea levels to rise, causing new threats to the environment and economy, and also health issues, as well as agriculture and disperse of water. So it's a big point to keep those climate change side effects down. So not only this, but there's also bug infestations or bug breakouts or reduced agriculture and etc. So this may seem overwhelming, but there's no other way to put it. So also to state that we burn fossil fuels because we use it for electricity, and we pretty much use it on everyday lives because it powers a lot of our things. But how can we reduce that factor? Well, we can reduce our carbon emissions or our gas by being able to use alternatives. So according to Liva Pika at New York Times, she stated that as a whole we can make a great factor, but individuals we still make small impacts even though it's not as great. The smallest things still count. So as stated before, I said we can use alternatives like switch from fossil fuels to renewable energy, which brings me to my next illustration. Renewable energy, such as wind power energy or solar power, is clean energy. So basically, it's a safer way of gaining energy, and also you can do not only just switch, but you can also speak up about it, inform other people, and not waste certain things and be more careful on what you have. But why does this help? So, why does this help, or why should we help, more specifically, to be honest? Well, the reason we want to do this is, well, because of future life, such as wildlife and human life. So, to first start off, coral. Coral is a sensitive organism that is very sensitive to temperature change and can die very easily, even to touch. And this has happened during our climate change phase right now. Bleaching is causing the death of a bunch of coral reefs right now, and is destroying the beauty of everything, which is very sad. But also, this even goes on to human beings. We need to be careful on what we burn, because in future generations, this can even cause premature deaths and the increase of deaths before even maturity. And in all honesty, I think it's up to us, our generation, or our time, to make the cause and have the compassion to inform everyone that there is an issue and it needs to be solved. So, in the end, I want to conclude what I've talked about so far. So, we've talked about global warming and what are the causes and effects, such as melting of glaciers and etc. which is very negative factors, and as well as how to keep a more positive carbon footprint, and lessen it, so by using alternatives and such as, and as well as why we should work together to reduce this, because it will not only help us but also help us in the future, others in the future, to keep themselves clean and etc. So if you have any questions, you can contact me on my email at bryaleal@mylonestar.edu, bryaleal@my.lonestar.edu. And if you have any questions, please ask me and don't be afraid. Thank you very much.